Some projects begin with a plan, a color palette, a concept, maybe even a deadline. But this one didn't. It began with something much smaller, a simple desire to paint fruit. At the time, I admit, it felt a little silly. Does the world really need more fruit paintings? But I've learned that when something catches your curiosity, even for reasons you can't totally explain, well, that's something worth listening to. So I started there, with one apple in gouache, just to see what would happen. I began by making tiny thumbnail sketches, just for myself, just personal little sketches of still lifes of fruit, quick ideas to explore shape and composition. I wasn't trying to make something perfect. I just wanted to play, to try to get my ideas out on the paper. And there's a certain freedom that comes when you take the pressure off, when you let yourself make marks for no other reason than to see where they lead. This early stage is where your intuition lives. You don't have to know where you're going. You just have to show up for the joy of it. Now, once I had the few thumbnails that I loved, I moved into my sketchbook. And here I could paint a little bit larger and experiment with color and layering and the loose textures of gouache. These sketchbook pages are where ideas breathe and evolve, but I still keep things pretty low pressure. There's no expectation, there's no need to finish anything. It's really just about painting a little bit larger, messing around with materials, and seeing what happens. And in this space, something did start to happen. My paintings began to take on their own rhythm, a sense of harmony and variation that I wanted to keep exploring. After a while, and by a while I mean months, I wanted to take these studies further to see what they might become. So I moved from my sketchbook to loose sheets of watercolor paper, measuring about 7 inches square. And then I painted each fruit again, one by one. Apples, pears, oranges, strawberries, trying to capture their color, their texture, their little imperfections. Some of these I painted more than once. Hello, lemon, I see you. And, sometimes it takes this repetition to find that balance between detail and looseness, between what you see and how you feel about what you're seeing. And then somewhere in that process, I started to realize I was building something bigger. So after I had about 6 paintings finished, I stepped back to look at them all together, and that's when it sort of clicked that these could be part of a series. And what if each fruit became a month in a calendar? I had not planned it this way, but I think that's the magic of following your bliss. The purpose often reveals itself after the work is made. I love that sense of surprise when a project tells you what it wants to become. If there's one thing this project taught me, it's to embrace the not knowing. And this is not easy for me personally. We don't have to start every creative project with a plan. Sometimes the only thing we need to do is begin, and then to follow the thread of what's interesting and trust it to lead somewhere. The paintings that became this calendar are really a love letter to that process, to curiosity, perseverance, and honestly, joy. So if you're working on something that feels uncertain right now, take this as a little reminder. Keep going, keep exploring. You never know what you're making until it's finished. I've put together a free checklist and a creative framework to help you start your own intuitive project. It's a simple way to take an idea from that first spark all the way to a finished piece or collection. You can download it using the link below. And if you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more behind the scenes videos about building a creative practice that's joyful and sustainable.